Happy birthday to you.
I reckon we get a boy band going on. Hey guys, so welcome to the first edition of Chemical Warfare's Warfare Wednesday 2025. We've been waiting for 2 to 3 years to get this back on track, and we are now ready to produce. This is our first episode, and I'm joined in the studio live by two Chemical Warfare fantastic athletes. One of them is an IFBB Pro. His name's Jerry Farrell.
How's it going, mate? Yeah, no, absolutely fantastic. Thanks for having me up here. It's an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, it's great. So Joey got his pro card last year, which we're going to speak about a little bit later on. And we've also got the superstar, Daniel Smith Jr. Daniel, how's it going, buddy?
Yeah, all good, man. All good. Pleasure to be here again, man. Thank you again.
So, first of all, how have you both been? Joe, what have you been up to?
Just a lot of bodybuilding.
Eating chickens.
Yeah, a lot of chickens. Off-season started for me. It's been like just over 6 months, is it? No, nearly a year now since I got my pro card. And yeah, pretty much just trying to get that pro size now.
Do you feel that when you pass over and you're reincarnated, do you think you'll come back as a chicken? Because you've had that many.
A chicken or cream of rice?
Yeah, so
That could be both. Chicken flavoured cream of rice.
We could do that. We could do a chicken waffle flavour cream of rice. That'd be cool. Yeah. Yeah, do you reckon the dog would eat it first, though? Right, so, first of all, so let's go talk a little bit about your pro card, because you kind of brushed that over there. It was nearly a year ago. I know that everyone was rooting for you online, and I was really chuffed when you got it. Let's tell everyone a little bit about the build-up to getting that pro card, how the days pre the competition went, and then how you felt after it, mate.
Yeah, so obviously been chasing this card for a long time, but at the start of the year I had a bit of an issue, a sort of health issue with my heart. So I was told I wouldn't do any bodybuilding again. But as we know, bodybuilders are stubborn. And I just kind of went on like a sort of health journey. Wasn't planning to prep, but it escalated as it does. And I just went for a regional and managed to win. And I thought, God, if I'm ever going to have a chance, go abroad now and see where I stand at least. If it's my last chance to ever compete, at least have a go. Like. Yeah. And to be honest, the prep was unbelievable because I had no stress, minimal gear usage, and I had a fantastic coach take over. And I just rolled the dice. And yeah, to be fair, it was like the most cleanest, calmest I've ever been, best I'd ever like been sort of prepped in regards to like fullness, condition. And it was just awesome show. And I was so happy because it was good competitors. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't just walking in, picking it up. And it was an open bodybuilding. So then you come off and you think, oh, best day ever, but you're already thinking, I ain't big enough. Yeah. And then you're trying to chase that. So that's where we are now. Yeah,
so I remember meeting you at the FitX 2023.
21, I think.
21. So anyway, you come along to the stand. We're the stand there. And you were there, and you were very lean, weren't you? And you're a lot smaller than you are now.
Yeah.
And you said to me, I've been training for about 8 weeks. I thought I'd just put my name into that on this. And you ended up winning the classic, and you ended up winning the...
I didn't win the overall, but my partner did.
Yeah, you looked great, didn't you? And so I was like, wow, this guy's good. And then you kind of disappeared a lot. We swapped numbers and always kept in touch, and I kind of followed your career. And now, I mean, I couldn't believe when I saw you on stage just how much size you'd put on as well in such a small amount of time.
Yeah.
You're one of those guys who just seems to improve very, very quickly and put on a lot of lean muscle tissue on.
Yeah, do you know what? It's mad. I put it down to the fact that I've just always been lazy in the off-season. And the thing with it, it's like, if you don't put the time into that period, you know, like, yeah, I'll grow on a prep and get that little bit better, but I met my missus, she's obviously a bodybuilder as well, and then it became all about bodybuilding. So actually from that time I met you, I was 8-9 kilo on stage, and then by 6 months later, I was 116 kilo off season. I only pulled 15 kilos of that off, and I competed in open bodybuilding in 2022, 101 kilo. So I put on a lot of stage weight on. Yeah. And then it was like, right, I'm going to go super heavyweights. And I did put that size on, but then because of the heart issue, and then I pulled it back down to heavyweights to get the card. But size, I respond well, but it's like anything. If I eat crap, I look crap. Mm-hmm. If I eat good, I look very good. So it's like it's all about dedicating to it. So
going back to the heart issues, I'm sure a lot of our viewers will be really interested in this. So I take it was steroid-induced cardiomyopathy that was the issue, or?
I obviously went private to get the scans, the MRI, which was the confirmation of the actual dilated cardiomyopathy. Mm-hmm. And then I couldn't get in with the NHS for a year, and it was self done. So I thought, right, okay. So I had some advice of my current coach and a couple of medical doctors who know a bit about that sort of stuff, and they just said if you reduce your dosage, which I did, went down to TRT, drop your body weight, eat clean, healthy diet, it'll probably return back to normal.
What was your ejection fraction when you were down?
It was 36, so it wasn't like super low, but both ventricles were dilated.
Okay.
But then by the time I won my pro card, I was only on the TRT. So I was actually taking 80 milligram of testosterone. Then I signed up with Darren 4 weeks before my regional, had an echo done again, and it'd come back. It had remodeled, so I had, rather than dilated ventricles, I had dilated atriums, but my ejection fraction come back to 50.
Oh, that's good.
And then 4 weeks later, I'd won the pro card.
That's great. I had issues with my heart, steroids, and my ejection fraction was under 40. By that time, because I was going to do a comeback, I'd been off for 7 years doing IVF, and I was like, I've got unfinished business, need to do this show, and then it came back. I was at 40, and the doctor just said to me, "Your age now, you're not going for pro card. You're just doing this for the sake of it." I said, "Can I not just do one more course for this?" No. I was like, "Fuck." So I was like, "Okay, fair enough," and then I just kind of give it up, and that was the dream finish. But I guess you're probably young enough now to be able to recover, and
well, yeah, a lot of people don't know because I haven't really put it out there, but my 5 weeks ago now I had an echo done, which is just exactly 13 months to the initial scan, and it was completely normal.
That's great.
So no hypertrophy of the heart, ejection fraction was all perfect, no fibrosis, which was the fortunate thing. I didn't have any fibrosis, I caught it, which is why I'd always say to people, make sure you're going and getting your blood work done and your testing done. And I'm never going to escalate cycles to a high level again, but I've realised I don't really need to put size on. I've just got to do, like I said, do the diet and everything perfect. Keep body weight sensible, blood pressure in check. Hopefully I'd like to be able to push a little bit more, but as it stands, I'm able to just progress slowly. I've come to sort of appreciate my ability within bodybuilding a lot more in the last year. You have to when you get a pro card. You have to be a bit more confident. And I understand that I have got a good genetic structure. I even ChatGPT'd it the other day. And it was like, you've got wide clavicles, good quads, pro level quads.
You ChatGPT'd yourself?
Yeah, it was like...
Oh, that's so cool. Have you done this?
I ain't done it,
Have you not done it yet?
I ain't done it, man.
You do it after.
Crazy
Listen,
how deep they can do it.
I want before you both leave here today with Amelia to both ChatGPT yourself and then do a comparison fight, like a fight off. Final boss versus final boss. Health pretty much sorted now. Yeah, all that's good. And just going back then to that night, won the show. Obviously celebrated afterwards. How'd you get that big sword back?
Oh, mate, it was. It very quickly turned into a nightmare. That, cause I was buzzing with it. It was a big spear. It was a flag. It was 7 foot. So
this is his prize, by the way, for winning the. This is prize for winning the pro card. He got a big spear.
Yeah, and it's made of Austrian oak, and then the card is the only card in the IFBB that's made out of wooden plaques. It's Austrian oak.
That's amazing.
And when the guy went on to win the classics, they do it in order. He got the flag, and I went, "How am I going to get that home?" And I haven't even had my result yet. And I knew it was close because Giles Tiger was doing the commentary, and my missus was sending it to me, and she was like, "You could be winning. You haven't been moved, but this guy right next to you's good, and this guy right next to you's good." And I knew they were like, I weighed in at 98. The caps were 102. And they made weight at 102, so I knew they were bigger than me. But then it comes back to that whole shape thing. You've got to have a structure and a shape to get the pro card, because the guy who was in the supers who I beat in the overall, he was like 270. You could put pound coins in his glutes.
Yeah, but your condition was great, wasn't it?
It was. Well. Yeah, it was
you looked really good that night. We were all really pleased actually. And then we were watching your stories the next day. I think you were getting emotional, and you do quite get emotional. You're an emotional person.
I do get emotional, especially with bodybuilding. It brings me to my knees, but it also gives me the biggest happiness.
Yeah. So how did you fall into bodybuilding?
It was literally just doing well in the gym, and I thought to myself, I wanna take it that next step. I was literally from me touching weights, I was just gaining weight just like that, and I thought, I've got something here. And I seen Body Power was coming up, and I was like, yeah, man, I've never been to Body Power before. Looked at it, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go there. Then I looked on the website. And a list of different things. There was some like physique of the week. There was this. There was all these different things. You can go and take a picture and all this stuff. And it was UKBFF. Never heard of it.
Right.
I said, okay, cool. I'll enter that. I entered UKBFF. So I didn't even know what it was, but I'd entered, and I'd entered about 6 of them. I said to my friend, I'm going to do this. He goes, that's a bodybuilding show, like an actual real show. And I says, like a Body Power thing, and he's like, no, it's an actual show. So I was like, oh, okay. I still didn't take it seriously. But he's like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. But I still thought it was going to be a small one. Did a bit of research. You got to shave. Okay, shave. But I didn't shave. I only shaved the front of my body. Didn't shave the back. So I was all the hair on my back of the legs and shit. Yeah. Got there. Had no troubles. I just thought, do you sell them? I says, yeah, cool. Put some baby oil on and stuff like that. And then when I got there, I seen the crowd, and I was like, shit, this is it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is an actual, real, proper show. And there's got to be like 100 seats or whatever. And I'm like, I don't back out of things. Like, if I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. Innit? So I was like, shit, I guess I'm going to do it. Innit? So, like, she was like, where's your music? I was like, I didn't know there was music or nothing. So she said, okay, we'll play whatever. We'll just play a random one. And I got up there. Obviously, I came dead last. But what I remember significantly was when they played the music, they played, what's that song? All Night Long.
Oh, yeah. Lionel Richie. All Night Long, yeah.
So I had to pose in front of hundreds of people.
It's All Night Long.
That, and I was like, oh.
With a hairy back.
Yeah, with a hairy back as well, yeah.
You like going like this all night long?
And obviously I came last. And to be fair, people were laughing and stuff. And you know what? That made me a bodybuilder. Yeah.
What did your friends say?
This was it. Like when I come off stage, like all my friends and my missus, and they were like, "Oh, it's okay, don't worry." That did it for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that did it for me, man. Like a sympathy thing. I was like, "Nah, I'm gonna do it properly now." Like it was like a chip on my shoulder. Yeah.
Tell everyone what you've won first of all. Just tell me, because you've got on Instagram. I was looking at all your titles, like most of your main 6 titles.
I actually counted it up last year. I think trophies. It was like 94.
6-time Mr. Universe. 4-time world champion, 6-time British champion, 6 times UK champion. So you've obviously, like I said, you've pretty much completed a lot of this now. I think the pro card's got to be the next step.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I've done every federation there is to do. So this year I think I will do a 2 bros, but I'll do maybe a few prior as well. PCA. Yeah. Have a little fun.
PCA's quality's great.
Yeah.
PCA's got great quality. I mean, NABBA's on it. NABBA's having to come back. They've now got social media presence.
Exactly. I've seen that. Yeah. I mean, funnily enough, like I think I am actually pro in NABBA.
You can't remember. I think I might be. Just check through all the different organisations that I've got pro cards in. And Sean, if you're watching, hello mate. Sean is like a NABBA legend. He just got given a lifetime achievement award. I think he's one of the judges as well. And if you go to Chem's gym, all the trophies in the whole gym are all Sean's. Yeah. He's won that many. They give him a lifetime achievement for. So I went for lunch for tea with him and his Mrs. Paula a couple of weeks ago in Blackpool. I hadn't seen him for a few years, and he's won. He's like you, just non-stop. That was all NABBA.
Like I've never sustained an injury, never had any. Nothing like
Keep your hands on the wood.
I know.
All of us, come on.
That's it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying.
We've got him on skateboard outside, right? Yeah. And I was like, "Don't do anything." And he went, he stood on it. I went, "What are you going to do?" He went, "I'm just going to stand here and get a picture." Like, thank God for that.
Yeah.
I was thinking, oh my God.
It was one of those.
I can fall off. It doesn't matter, but he can't.
That's a recipe for disaster.
It is. It is.
Because what I've always said is because I've enjoyed it so much. I didn't want it to be okay. I've got my pro card now. I can't do nothing. I can't enjoy it no more. You know, if someone judged me last, I really don't care. I'll go and have a show next week anyway. You know what I'm saying? But like,
got the show in 2 hours. Can we hurry up, please, and get me on stage?
So I really couldn't care. Like I've never moaned about a place, and I've never. I
think there's a few ones I remember a couple of times, and I think you should have placed higher. I think, but it doesn't matter. You move on from it, don't you? It's on the day.
Yeah, and some show I've never been at 100% at some.
I know. I remember some of the shows you just. I said what he said. Don't worry, next week's the one we're going for. I remember it.
How do you push yourself to be better than when you was at a peak? If you guaranteed to not even be in the mix, you know what I'm saying, and I think that's where you'll do it just because you think you should do it. Yeah, like I've got this far, I have to do it. Yeah. I think that's when you start to self-destruct, and I wanted to avoid that. I
think that's where a lot of people win the pro card, and then they'll go straight into a pro show, just to do it. Yeah. I think that's fair enough. You've done your pro show, standing against your people you've been watching on social media and looking up to. I get that stuff, but like I know we'll talk about this in a little bit, but about taking that time away to reassess and then look at where you need to be at, and then you're going in there because you guys are winners, right? You can't just go into something thinking I'm just going to be a small fish in a big pond. Because it's just not. I don't believe that's the right mentality for people who have just won. Just going back to abroad, how do you find it then? Was that your first show abroad when you got your pro card? How did you manage the food and how did you manage getting all the?
I've done a couple abroad now. I went abroad in 2021. Did Denmark Classic and stuff. I find it better abroad.
Yeah.
The running of the shows is a lot better. You get a lot more time on stage. They seem to look after you a bit more. Plus, the standard it's a different standard. Like, I'm not saying it's better standard because we've got some amazing athletes in the UK now, but it takes it back to that old school look. Like the 90s physiques are a bit more appreciated. Plus, where I went was an American judge. Food-wise, though, like easy. I take most of it.
Talk to me about the rooms then, right? So, do you cook in your rooms? Do you put stocks over your fire extinguishers? fire alarm, sorry.
I always get Airbnb. You know about like for cooking in a hotel?
Oh yeah.
I'll never get a hotel now.
Yeah, back in the day we didn't have the Airbnbs going then. We had to try and cook in hotel rooms.
Yeah.
I had a nightmare.
I had a lush Airbnb out in Austria, and Neil Hill's nephew, so you're saying about Flex, because I grew up where I'm from in Tenby. I watched Flex get his pro card because he was training in the gym with Neil.
Yeah.
And Lloyd come with me, and it was funny because when we started bodybuilding, like we always used to say, imagine if we got a pro card one day, and he just randomly come with me on this trip, just me and him. So when I got that card, it was such a weird moment. It was like we floated back to the apartment together, talking about old times. We messaged Neil. He was like, "Well done, mate." And it was like, he was the first person who like looked over me when I was a junior.
Remember him and Flex trained there, him and Zach trained there as well. Yeah. But I think Zach did his patella tendons in there, I think, actually.
Yeah. There was a YouTube series.
Yeah.
Of Zach, because I saw that going on. It was back then, Branch Warren had something going on with Neil for a bit, and we used to do like gym
That's
meetings.
right. We were with Gaspari, because Branch come to my store with Rich Gaspari. We had a full day.
Yeah, everyone down there, Brandon Curry, before he got his Olympia. So how can you not be in love with bodybuilding when you've grown up like that? Because there's nothing in Tenby, but that gym was like massive.
Play rugby when you were younger?
Yeah.
But you, did you play rugby or something?
Only in school. You know, it probably ties in with bodybuilding.
I think so. That's where I got into bodybuilding. I used to play for Lancashire, North England stuff. And, I wanted to try and beef up to during the summer holidays and to try and get into the Lancashire team stuff. And that's how I started picking the weights up properly.
I think in the UK, obviously in America it's different, isn't it? But like, I think that's the one that ties you in, isn't it? It's American football down there, isn't it? Yeah. Or basketball.
Everyone who plays rugby and does bodybuilding always has good legs. So there has to be some sort of carryover from it. That's what Flex did. He used to be a really good player, wasn't it?
He had massive legs, and his upper body had to bring up to his legs. His legs were phenomenal.
Crazy to think like that. Was it 21 when he got his pro card or something? Yeah.
It's 2005 or 2006.
James Welling was runner-up. My first coach, Dwayne Crease, was third. And Jordan, who owns UFIT in Cardiff, was always right close to Flex, but he won it as an open bodybuilder as a junior. And then the following year, when James Welling won his pro card, he came third, and it was like a little bit of a run, but Neil prepped them all. So Neil prepped Flex, and then he prepped James Llewellyn.
Yeah, I saw James a few years ago at the 10X show, about 4 years ago. I think he had a few athletes who was under his wing at the time. Yeah, but it was good seeing the UK scene back in the day.
It was, you know what, it was funny saying that the forums was the main thing.
Daz Ball, big Daz Ball used to come in like an absolutely like 300-pound monster.
He's still competing.
Is he? I don't know. He got a bit. He got a few health issues, didn't he?
He had a massive health issue and then he came back. But I think he's done now. But he came back for like a show or two. Like that,
but he's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
And he went freaky big. Yeah, he did. He won his pro card. He finally won it. Every year he kept not winning it. There's someone always come in and got it in front of him.
I was always like, I want to go there. Like I looked up to these guys and I want to go there.
Yeah.
But I know what I'm like. You know, if I put my head to something, I'm gonna give everything. Yeah. I'm gonna absolutely put all the chips on the table. And it kind of like I just want to enjoy the process. I want to have a laugh. I'm not even competing against anyone. You know, if you're better than me, that's fine. If you think you're better than me, that's fine. I've got to like 90 trophies now. I don't think there's
another 10 to go, isn't it?
It's like this will be a perfect way for me that even if this is the end, that I've done what I've had to do.
I don't think it's going to be the end because I believe you're going to get the pro card. You got a fantastic physique. I still think then you'd be like reassess. You either probably want to give the pro card up and do a million other shows again because there's a big life ahead of you, or you end up. You just never know. Like you have to keep it open.
I can fit within the weight cap. It's not a problem. I want to make sure I surpass that and be like absolutely shredded.
So obviously you both chose chemical warfare. Joey, how come you came with chemical warfare? What was the reason behind it?
Do you know what? Like you mentioned earlier about the chat we had in 2021. Obviously that was a difficult decision for me back then to politely decline, and it was nothing really to do with the supplements and stuff like that because I was like, right, this has got everything that I need. It was just more of a case of like maybe somewhere deep down inside knowing that one day that might be come again kind of thing. And then I think it must have been Amelia who messaged me after my pro card, and I had a feeling, and I just knew that it was the right time. And if you take all that aside, truthfully, it's one of the only brands that I know that does cover everything I need supplementation-wise. And like for me, the most important things is the health stuff. It's great to have great protein and a pre-workout, so that, which is great, and I love them. But for me to be able to say, right, well, I can go there and get my Amigas, my krill oils, my Pulsate, my Barricades, these supplements, stuff that I literally put down to fix my heart. And then it's obviously the look of the brand, the history of the brand.
Chemical warfare was obviously back in the days of Kerry Kayes, Dorian Yates, and then they moved on to become CMP. I was with the Warrior from Gladiators, Micah Hearn. He said to me, why don't you do something with chemical warfare? I was like, oh, I like that name. He said, you should do something with it. You should bring it back. And this is 2015, this. Yeah. So I sat there in Berkeley and I said, it's not a bad shout, that. So I checked the IPO on it. The IPO it expired, so it was there to be taken. So I bought the trademark. I did nothing with it for 5 years. And then one day, I thought, I'm going to do something with that now. And that was kind of the start of it. And but that's the history behind the brand. But yeah, so what do you think of the look?
It's really nice, man. I really like that. Like, it's a lot more, it's like, it's so modernised.
Also, all the product names are changing as well. So we had, a lot of them were called Barricade, Inflammation Support, Pulsate for your heart. We've taken it away from that. It's just called Heart Health. Yeah.
It's easier when you forward it to clients.
Yeah, we've got fibre products coming out soon. Diuretics for the shows. Sleep formulas coming out. Cream of rice is coming out in the next week or so. All the OP ones will be back in this week when you hear it, guys. Going on to Joey now. So, just talking about your future plans.
Yeah, so I'm looking to try and get out at the end of next year. Do a couple of shows. Obviously, it's open bodybuilding. I want to get to Olympia, whether that's possible. We'd love to see.
So, I think that your shape reminds me of a young Jay Cutler. When you win your pro card, and also since we picture on Instagram, I was like, from looking at Jay when he was young. Now Jay was actually younger than you. He was 27 when Jay, but you remind me of the same physique. You've got very big legs. Your frame's wide. You even got the same hairdo, right? But you remind me very much of his physique. Now, if you fill out, as I said to you, that's why when we spoke, I said I really think you've got the potential to go really far in this, because I think you've got a big frame to fill out, and you've got the nice lines, you've got the legs. It very much just remind me of his physique when he was younger. I think you've got a really good future. I really think that you've got it. And there's no rush, is there? This is the thing. It's like there is no rush to this. Health's most important. I can tell you that. You know that. So you're coming back next year. You're going to compete the back end of next year.
Yeah, back end of next year's the goal, and yeah, from there I just want to kind of, hopefully this time now, I've only just started the off season because I've got to get the all clear of the health, didn't I? Yeah. So I'm like sitting around 112, 113 kilo. My stage weight was 98, and I'm not in bad condition. Like if I showed my legs look like 3 weeks out all the time. Yeah. I just carry it in my head.
It's because you're from Wales and that's what you're doing, right? Rugby legs all the time.
It's weird. It's mad, and they just don't go anywhere. But I want to put that size on. I want to compete with my missus.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Yeah, and next year.
Well, the thing is as well, like, I'm coach Mia as well. So it's
you coaching?
A coach now, yeah. Okay. So I'm coach. So for me, it's like if I don't get to where I want to get to, I'm just, like you said, living through us. Yeah. I live through her because my missus is amazing. Like I'm just all right. She's very good.
She's nice. No, watching this. She's a good boy.
I can't lie. She knows that. So it's just honesty, but. She drives me to want to be better because I want to get to the level that she's at. Yeah. Just moving
on then, just talking a little bit about your crossovers. So just tell everyone a little bit about what you're doing apart from bodybuilding with the fighting sport.
My dad's a pro boxer, so I've always boxed from young. I was football, semi-pro. Did do 1,500 as well. So my body shape was kind of like I've had different sports in there.
You did 1,500 at what body weight?
No, that was when I was like...
you were skinny.
14,
yeah.
15, okay. That was when I was 40, 50. So like even though I was a sprinter, I did those lengths as well.
What's your fastest 100?
It was, I think it was 11.2. Yeah. But that was like young, I was young.
Why don't we do a competition, right? So after whenever you've finished dieting, you can do a 100 metre sprint and a 100 metre skate. Yeah. But then Joey can drive my car and I'll hold on to a rope behind it and see you wins, yeah.
Honest man, that'd be good.
When you're doing your training and you're obviously dieting, tendons being a bit weak and everything. How do you train differently to make sure that you prevent injuries?
So, like in terms of boxing, I have to do a lot of flexibility. Like, I have to. Otherwise, I 100% will injure myself. You know, I'm doing a lot of cardio and intense cardio that I wouldn't normally do. I'm in bodybuilding. I'm straight steady state, and that's how I do my cardio.
Where can we find your fights?
I think they're on YouTube. Some on my Instagram.
Right, me also make sure that the fight links are going to be on the reel as well.
I'll shoot them over to you.
Because you've got to watch this pro bodybuilder in 15 different organisations. About to get the two bros on the IFBB. Got to check these videos out, guys. What's the most amount of weight you've put on within 24 hours of a show?
I think mine was 14 kilos.
No.
I can't remember the weight, but I had 16,000 calories.
16,000?
Yeah, I wanted to challenge myself. So, do you remember hyperbolic USA?
It's Mark Overlash, yeah. Used to sell it years ago in the shop, yeah.
So, as soon as what I was doing at the time, because it was like you had to put there's a ridiculous amount of scoops in there or something, wasn't it? Remember that? Like you put a crazy amount.
It was six. Yeah, it was 6 scoops.
6 scoops.
It was a massive 8 kilo tub that lasted about a day.
Underneath my bed, I had the bucket, but I'd pull the water in advance. As soon as literally the second I woke up, there was no snoozing, there was no nothing. As soon as I woke up, grab the shaker, put the scoops in, while it's in bed, shake it up, boom. That's like 1,000 calories straight up. Then I'd go
to the toilet.
I'd go downstairs and do a loaf of toast, one loaf, a whole loaf. Oh. So literally, I'd be at the toaster. There's 2 in the toaster. That one I'm buttering the next, like one I'm.
How did you eat after that?
You know, you know what it was? I was
digesting
as well. Yeah, I think it's because I was post-com.
It wasn't using the probiotic series from Chemical Warfare.
I was get ready for work and stuff like that. Oats before I left work, and then while I was at work, the go-ahead bars.
Oh yeah.
Non-stop. So I'd have like 3 packs.
Is it just after a show? Just after the first show.
24 hours after. Yeah. But I was doing that off season. That was my off season prior.
Well, love for every day. Love for every day.
Every day.
I love drinks.
Every day. Yeah.
Jesus.
So and I did that for.
Who are you working for? USM? Just working for the hyperbolic mass team as a guinea pig.
Yeah. Oh, it was mental. I didn't do the 16,000 every day.
No.
But like that morning routine, I'd do every day.
I did I put a stone and a half on a day, and I lost it. As soon as I went back to the gym, did cardio again on the Wednesday, I was ready for a show the weekend after. Yeah. That's how crazy the body is.
It's crazy. It's mad.
Your body's so used to it.
Yeah,
it was crazy. I put like my stomach. I was bad.
Yeah.
I was on the toilet. I was crying. It was 2002. Did a show in Barrow, the Northwest.
Obviously, a lot of it will be water, but I'd literally gone the next day. It just transferred. Like I wasn't in shape anymore.
Oh yeah, it's smooth over, like.
Smooth over.
Yeah,
like,
I bet you look like a loaf of Warburtons. Like bread.
You know, funnily enough though, the stuff is still like I wasn't bloated or nothing. But literally, I'd put on so much water that in 24 hours, I went from looking like stage condition to just off season. Is it Ken?
What's going on here?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kirk. Happy birthday to you.
I reckon we get a boy band going on here.
Make a wish. Make a chemical wish.
Make a chemical wish.
Nice.
Thank you very much, boys.
Nice.
Lovely voices, by the way.
I know, yeah, for bodybuilders.
Absolutely. Make a band called Hench. No, thank you. You got the 4 and 2 the wrong way around, meals. No, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. And
now you deserve it, man.
Just tastes so good when you're not
dieting.
Let me move this away from Daniel's. Daniel's currently dieting for a show. So.
It's all good. It's all good.
No, but listen, thanks for coming, guys, and I appreciate you coming on my birthday and singing me a song. So stay tuned, guys, for lots more podcasts that we're going to start doing each week. Also, make sure you follow these guys' Instagrams. If you want coaching from any of these two guys, they both offer coaching. You might like the sound of one more than the other, even though they're both great. Might suit you. Please give them a shout. You will get Chemical Warfare discounts on your products if you use their codes, also on the pages. But yeah, I mean, you've got IFBB Pro 96 show winner here. So you've got 2 top athletes, chosen the brand. We do offer everything you can possibly imagine supplement-wise. There's more stock coming, more new releases coming every week with a new rebrand. If you're a gym, please reach out if you want to come to your gym and do a chemical warfare video day. If you're a store or a gym, please give me a shout and we will come and we will speak to me. I'll send you a trade discount catalogue, and you can log into our new trade site that's going to be live anytime soon. So basically, you can go there. You'll apply to get a trade account, and everything will be moving over from direct to trade from us. We won't be using distributors in the future. And if you're a European or a foreign distributor, please give me a shout as well. And we have got different territories covered, but there's no exclusivity signed at the moment. So if you do want to reach out, that'd be great. On behalf of me, on behalf of Daniel and Joey, thank you very much for watching this podcast. And also, Amelia, come here. Come on, get on here. Get on the camera with me.
She's the face.
Come on. Everyone, this is Amelia. She's been off camera. Make sure you point to the there she is. This is Amelia. This is Amelia. She's been with me for 7 years now, yeah?
Since I was 18.
She's 18. She sorts out all the ambassador programs. She looks after you. So if you contact Chemical Warfare on any different page, Facebook, Instagram, Amelia, this beautiful face here, will make sure you're looked after, and she looks after all you guys. She does a great job, right?
She's awesome,
Yeah, so from all of us at Chemical Warfare, have a great day, and we'll see you next week on Warfare Wednesday.